Greetings, I'm Blair Singer. Some of you may know me as Rich Dad Advisor to Robert Kiyosaki in the area of team development, sales development, and personal development. Best-selling author of La Vocecita, The Little Voice, How to Win the War Between Your Ears in 30 Seconds or Less, or maybe even of Vendedores Perros, Sales Dogs, How to Increase Your Sales Without Being an Attack Dog. And I just want to say that I'm honored to deliver this message to you as a participant of the Second International Women in Power Congress, and to tell you that your attendance at this Congress and your participation as an entrepreneur is critical. Critical. If you don't believe me, pick up any newspaper, read any newswire, and you'll see that our world today is in dire need of not more leaders, but great leaders. And if you're taking the time to work on your own personal development, be around other like-minded women like yourself and other like-minded men like yourself, to be able to improve your leadership abilities, you're in the right place at the right time. The world has never needed better leaders more than ever. Let me explain why. Throughout all of history, we, as a human race, we strive to get better. We build our businesses to get better. You build a business, you become an entrepreneur because you have a dream or a vision of how you can improve the lives or the businesses of other people. But unfortunately, those dreams don't always come true. The failure rate of businesses, particularly of small businesses around the world, is abysmal. 95% don't even make it for 3 years. However, the statistics that you will read today will tell you that women run businesses. That is, businesses that are founded and run by women have a much higher success rate than men. Now, why is that? And the reason is this, is throughout all of history, while men went out and gathered and fought and hunted and did all those things, women took care of the culture. They took care of the family, took care of the community. You as a woman watching this right now, and I'm mostly addressing this to women, have done so much for so many people for so many eons of time. It's in your DNA. It's in your DNA to nurture people, to get them to be their best, to take them from small to large, to take them from no dreams to big dreams. Now the world needs you to do that on a much bigger basis. You know I've worked with hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs, many of them women, many of them men, many of them of different cultures, races, creeds, languages. And what I find is there are some people that have great leadership ability, but they don't exercise it. Why? Because they want to have their life balanced. They want to make sure they take care of their family and they have their priorities right for themselves and their businesses. And I agree with all that. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something. Today, as we speak, in the year 2018, you must build your business and you must build it big. Why? Not for the money, because most of you maybe are not in it for the money anyway. You're in it because you have a dream of an idea of how you can help change other people's lives and help them be better. That's what an entrepreneur does. But the reason you need to create it big and allow it to be big is because it's not just affecting you. It's not just affecting your team. It affects your community. And without your leadership, the leadership of those who have more power will win the day. And I don't need to sit here and tell you how devastating that can be in many places in any country around the world. So I know that possibly your desire is to keep your business small. And I'm not saying you have to have thousands of employees, but what I am saying is that the influence of your business must be big. Not because of the product that you're delivering, not because of the service. Listen to me closely. Having worked with thousands of leaders, I'm going to tell you this, that the way you do business, how you do business, the culture with which you deliver your goods and services, the attitude, the mindset, the leadership that drives your business is always going to be more important than the product that you're delivering. Always more important. Why do I say that? I say that because we now have generations coming into the workplace that need leadership, that need good role models to understand honor, code, loyalty, these types of things. So what are the tips that I could give you? Tips I could give you as a leader are pretty obvious. If you're going to be a great leader, you got to have a vision of what you want to create, a vision of a mission that you want to accomplish in the marketplace or in the community. But more importantly, not more importantly, but as importantly as that, a leader creates an environment, a context we call it, an environment that keeps people in that environment safe, safe to grow, safe to be themselves, safe to exercise the best of themselves. That's what great leaders do. Great leaders don't just conquer nations and conquer markets. They create safe environments that grow other leaders, that grow people to be the best they can be. And how do they do that? How do you do that? Well, start with your core values. Values like honor, growth, loyalty, team, integrity. Values like these, and then you create rules around them. We call that a code of honor, like the 10 Commandments. A set of rules that enforce the virtues and the values that you hold true to yourself. Not that necessarily drive the money, but drive the safety and drive the culture. You got to ask yourself how companies that have great sales and poor sales, again, still continue to persist. It's not because of the product. It's because of the culture and the leadership inside it. So, as you approach this Congress, as you approach this International Women in Power Congress, I have you look at it through a different filter. Do it through the filter of a leader, not just a leader of a business, leader of a community, leader of a planet, leader of humanity. The world needs you more than ever. And whatever you've created in your business, whether it's very small or very large, deserves to be bigger. It deserves to have a greater influence. It deserves to support as many people as possible. I say this to you at a time in my career where I can tell you I'm not smarter than anybody else. I can't say that I'm that more skilled than anybody else, but I can tell you that I have seen more than most people. In doing business in over 20 countries around the world on a consistent basis, the one thing I see in common is the need for you. The need for your leadership, your ability to create environments where people can nurture and grow, be profitable, be their best, make money, and serve humanity. One of my great teachers a long time ago said something that I'll never forget. He said you should commit yourself to the greatest advantage of the greatest number of people at the least expense to them. That's been a guiding principle of mine forever. Provide the greatest good to the greatest number of people at the least expense or harm to them. If you can hold that as one of your operating principles, the money will always be there. The fan club will always be there. Your community will always be there. But most importantly, as you go to this Congress, this second annual Congress, know that the resources you need are all around you. Like-minded people. If you want, we always say in Sales Dog, Vendedores Perros, that sales equals income. But if massive and passive income is what you're looking for, it requires a team. The ability of a leader, by nature of what a leader is, leads teams. And your team will be all around you. Use those resources. Network with other people. Get the best out of them, and they'll get the best out of you. You know, some of the best deals I've done in all my life, multi-million-dollar deals, had no money attached to it, but I made millions out of those deals. Be a great partner. Be a great leader. Be a great companion. Nurture great spaces where people can be their best. And at the end of the day, remember, the one attribute that you have, the resource that is the most powerful, is what's between your right ear and your left ear and what beats in your heart, in your chest, your heart, your passion. Be passionate. Be gracious. Show gratitude. Operate with integrity, and you will be a leader beyond your wildest dreams. People will follow you. People will support you to give you what you want as long as you give them what they want. Okay? So have a great time at that Congress. Learn a lot and be awesome.